a heartbroken man here with
Yugioh Protege.
for his Goblin. What would you say? Goblin.
Goblin.
In general,
just
Goblin
deck. Yeah.
Goblin deck
this deck is
profile.
nuts.
Okay.
All right, so starting off with the new Goblin support they got, the Scourging Goblin, the best Goblin in the deck. Every time he does damage to your opponent, you can search a Goblin card. That includes good Goblin housekeeping, Robin Goblin, Hard Selling Goblin, like all the traps and stuff. Then we're playing 2 Goblin Elite Attack Force and 1 regular Elite Attack Force. I mean, 1 regular Attack Force because I didn't have 3 Elite. If you have 3 Elite, play 3 Elite because this one's horrible. 1 Goblin Recon, 2 Decoy Squad. What was it? I think Decoy Squad was, I don't even remember, man. I haven't played this deck in a while. If it does battle damage to your opponent, you draw a card. And this one, something about your opponent's trap cards. I think you get to look at your opponent's traps. Successfully attack. You can look at 1 random card in your opponent's hand.
So
and if it's a spell, discard it.
So try to pick that Mirror Force or the Magic Cylinder or the piece of shit card that's going to kill you.
And then 1 Marauding Squad. When he declares an attack, your opponent can't activate cards. 1 Pothole Squad. Can't be targeted by like Trap Hole and Bottomless Trap Hole. And when your opponent can't activate Trap Hole cards. 2 Summoner Monk, because you're playing a lot of level 4s in the deck, and you do have quite a few spells you can ditch with Summoner Monk to special out your goblins. We're playing 2 Mermelio and 1 Dianea. Mermelio, when it's special summoned, you can pop a spell or trap card. When it's normal summoned, you can search out Bottomless. Dianea searches out specials Mermelio from the grave, and Mermelio gets its effect. You can go for a rank 4 then. 2 Spell Striker. For your spell cards in the graveyard, you can banish 1 and special Spell Striker. 1 Neospatian Grand Mole for the trollsiness, because this card has won me games and lost me games all at the same time. Because your opponent goes for that big play, and then you just drop this and bounce their monster back. And it's like, well, what the fuck?
Now, if you don't know Yugioh Protege's channel, he's mainly based on creating giant troll decks that'll basically try to take down the meta a little bit, or at least knock it down a peg.
1 Redox, because every monster you play is an Earth monster. So Redox is perfect in this deck. You can keep bringing them back. You can use his effect to special summon an Earth from the graveyard. All that fun shit. That's your monster lineup for the deck. Spells, 1 Dark Hole. Play Regeki. This card's horrible. Play Regeki. That's it. That's all I gotta say about this card. Play Regeki. This card's horrible. Pot of Duality. To get to your Scouring Goblin a little bit quicker. Get to your Summoner Monks. And I would recommend playing 3. You don't special summon a whole lot, but I only had 2 to put in here, so 2 it is. 1 Different Dimension Capsule, because I don't have Gold Sark. If I had Gold Sark, use Gold Sark. You can banish your Redox or one of your other goblins with Gold Sark, but Different Dimension Capsule. Reinforcements to the army, you can search out Spell Striker, and some of your goblins are warriors, so you can search them out. Creature Swap for Spell Striker plays, and your Scourging Goblin plays. You can attack, like you can Creature Swap Scourging Goblin and then attack over it, and then its effect, I believe, still goes off, but don't quote me on that. Rush Recklessly, because Scourging Goblin needs that 700 boost when your opponent attacks over it, and it's a quick play. Malevolent Nuzzler, give your monsters a boost. 1 day apiece for when you open really slow. You get that draw, and you can't take any battle damage. I probably wouldn't play this card anymore. I'd probably drop this for like a Mirror Force or something, but 2 MST, pop aggro, simple as that. Fiendish Chains are a problem for this deck, so you want to kind of go for your Fiendish Chains. 3 good Goblin housekeeping for your traps. This card is like lackluster draw power. Pretty much what it is, you get to draw cards equal to the number of good Goblin housekeepings in your graveyard plus 1. So if you have 3 of them, you get to draw 4 cards. 2 of them you draw 3 cards. 1 of them you draw no cards, or you draw 1 card. Good card, just to have. You can search it out with Scourging Goblin. That makes it even better. So it's a good card to have.
And even if you're just playing 1, you still get at least +1 card off of it. But if you play all 3, it's basically allowing you to set up for that 1-turn OTK or 2-turn OTK.
Yeah. And then we're playing 1 Hard Selling Goblin. What that card does is each time you inflict damage to your opponent returns 1 card in their spell and trap zone to their hand. So pretty much it's like Phoenix Wing Wing Blast for every time you attack, except it goes to your hand. Goblin Goblin. You randomly discard a card from your opponent's hand every time you, believe, destroy 1 of their monsters. 2 Threatening Roar, because you don't want your opponent to go off on you. Keeps them from attacking, all that fun stuff. 1 Bottomless, because you got the Mermelios to search Bottomless out, and Bottomless is a good card. And Call It a Haunted. This card, late game, definitely comes in handy. You can bring back 1 of your monsters if you only have 1 monster in hand, and bring back another level 4 and go for different Xyz plays or whatnot.
So quick question, why do you run Threatening Roar and not Mirror Force?
I feel like Threatening Roar is just all around a better card. I mean, Mirror Force is a good card, but Mirror Force, you have to wait for them to attack, and you can't chain Mirror Force to MST. Like if the MST main phase 1,
True.
You can chain Threatening Roar. So it's a little bit better. It's faster than MST. Not faster than faster than Mirror Force, because you don't have to wait for your opponent to declare an attack to activate it. Alright, so extra deck. I love this extra deck. Zen mains, Alucard, kind of self-explanatory. I'd recommend running a Leviair in this deck, but I don't have one to run in here right now. But definitely Leviair is something to run. 1 Cowboy, Exciton Knight, kind of standard. 101 standard. Black Ship of Corn. Heartland Draco. This card I never used to like, but this card is amazing. It's just a beautiful card. And Diamond Direwolf to pop problematic cards. Yeah, it's not a full extra deck, but it's the only cards I actually go into in the extra deck. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
I could run 15, but there's really no need because I don't go in any other cards. So, yeah, that's my goblins. That's the entire deck, guys. It's definitely a fun deck to play. You're not gonna go to Worlds with it. It's definitely one high expectation. If you're planning on going to Worlds, you're not gonna go to Worlds with it. But it's definitely a deck you probably want to try out. Give it a shot. This card makes the deck a little more viable. If we could just find a way to make it stronger. I don't remember what that 1 field card is, but that's one of those cards you might want to run. So yeah, that's all from me, guys.
And what's your YouTube channel really fast?
Yugioh Protege, Protege.
I'll have it in the description.
Yeah,
Just in case.
with the link.
Yep.
So they can find it.
Always.
And definitely, if you like what's over there, subscribe, guys, because it'll help me out.
If you have any ideas on how I'm making this deck better, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.